Right, I'm online when other people turn up. So I bought the Space M17.
I need a medic over here! Hold the line! Hold the fucking line! Follow me! Go fuck yourself, motherfucker! Stop fucking shooting! Fucking move it on the double! Eat shit, motherfucker! Fucking move it on the double! Go fuck yourself, motherfucker!
There we go. Yeah, so I've got the Space M17 now as my gas mask. Let me just take the helmet off so you can see it without the So yeah, it has like a sort of hood, sort of looking like sort of pilot hood, tank crewman's hood looking thing over it. But yeah, I quite wanted to get the M17 because it's a new mask in the game. And again, I like cheap filter masks in this sort of aesthetic, just like I like the PBF in this because they look very bleak and, you know, sci-fi. Again, the voice I want to unlock when I get to level 30 is this one.
Go! Oi, wanker! Enemy over there! Hold the fucking position! Oi, cunt! Get him, lads! Help you fucking cunts! Fuck off, Drongo! Fuck off, you dickhead! Hold the fucking position! Enemy over there! Help you fucking cunts!
Yeah, that's what I want to unlock. Yep. Oh, in the game they're meant to be oxygen masks, but yeah, they're all modelled on gas masks, so if you haven't seen the game before. There's the PBF there, look, which is pretty much a one-to-one model of it. It's got the little tab on the thing for removing the voice diaphragm cover, like the real one. I've not bought it yet, but there's the S10 in the game with the cover on it that the SAS wear in the game. But yeah, hello to everybody. So there's a German, what looks a bit like a GM37, whatever it is. GM38, GM40, I can't remember the fucking name of it now, the World War II German mask. But like the earlier one of it, that looks a lot more primitive. But yeah, so the Yank mask is the M17. Again, this is another one masks I quite like the look of. It reminds me of some of the Chinese masks, this one. Don't know particularly why, but it reminds me a bit of the Chinese PMG sort of copy. Yeah, this mask is very stalkery looking. But anyway, let's stay with the what's it for now? The one I spent all the in-game money on. The M17, just in white. Is my voice still American? Yep. As much as I want it as German.
Hilfe! Take this! Commit! Angriff! Give me a fire shot! Stop fucking shooting!
Yeah, I have the American one just because it's quite funny. Because the problem is, where they've done new voices, the English one doesn't have enough expressions now.
Follow me! Cover me! Fuck you! Hold fire! Help! Hold fire! Cover me!
It's not as expressive, you know, as...
Fight for us! Leg me doch! Commit! Follow me! I need a medic over here! Hold the line! Hold the fucking line!
It's not as expressive as those, that's the problem. So yeah, I'll have the American until I can unlock the Australian. So this game I'm going to bring an SVT in with a scope. Let's put some ammo in it and some healing items. I've had the weird thing yesterday. After I did the stream yesterday, I had like 20 or like 10 to 20 good games in a row. You know, where I didn't really lose any good items and got a load of kills, that sort of thing. And then this morning, you know, before I started streaming, I've had a load of shit games in a row. So I have no idea how it's going to go when I start streaming. It might just be that a lot of the people playing later in the evening are like just not as good at playing the game, you know, on the server sort of times. To be honest, the British voice I'd really like in this, and I know he's dead because R.I.P., but is Paul Ritter, you know, like doing his The Outlaw of Chernobyl voice. I need water in my reactor core. How can an RBMK reactor explode? It's 3.6 Rontgen, not great, not terrible. That'd be the voice I'd want for it. Let me grab a port token just in case we end up getting the port map. Let's fully load up the SVT. Take a full stash of 60 rounds for it. Oh, this trader's got bandages, so let's grab a few bandages as well. Because if I'm going to take some good gear in, I might as well get bandages just to make it extra likely I'll live. Yeah, the SVT, since I've been playing with it with the scope, since they added the scopes to the upgrade, is one of my favourite guns now. So I actually like having, you know, a slightly zoomed in, precise killing gun. Right, Two Fairy? So yeah, we'll see what map we get. I'll put, like I said, I think I've put the port token in my inventory. Yeah, I have. So if we get the spaceport map, that's really good. If we don't, I might just leave and try and get the spaceport map again. Because the port token unlocks basically like a secret little vault on that map. Right, we've got a game. Penal colony. What's the other map on this thing? So there's the penal colony over there. Is it asteroid mine by the look of it? Sort of. Not a single player one. But it has a campaign in the sense that there's the Zero to Hero quest lines, which you, other than a couple of them, you can do even if you're playing on servers where there aren't people on. You know, they're like ones doing things with like AI objectives, if that makes sense. So my current one's to kill Marauders, so there are actually other players. So I've got 2 out of the 3 of those. But yeah, most of Zero to Hero doesn't revolve around other players, it revolves around like doing certain things on certain maps. But hello to everybody joining, Two Fairy and Rajiv and everybody else. Yeah, it's early access, so bear that in mind. Obviously there's like crashes with it, there's bugs. They've still got hacker problems with the games, even though every time they patch it, it's getting better at fixing, you know, like the hacking problems. But yeah, you just have to bear in mind that, you know, because it's an early access game, it's still got all those problems. Right, I'm just going to go straight into another game, because I'm hoping, because I got that port token, I get the spaceport map. That way I can get access to the unique vault. But yeah, you can have up to 3 friends playing with you, you know, to do a 4-player co-op game against like other players and AI. Obviously, it's a hell of a lot easier if you have 4 players on your own team. Well, you know, including you. But just because of the fact that you can all be doing stuff, and you know, when you're going around the maps, there's like literally 4 people that can be shooting at the same person or whatever, laying down fire, trading items, and whatever else. I haven't actually seen the new one, Two Fairy, as in I've not played it, but yeah, this is like Tarkov if it was set in space and didn't have any pay-to-win mechanics. Because there's nothing in this once you've bought the game that you can spend real money on. All of it, you know, uses in-game currency you have to get in the game. Which is what I like about it, that, you know, it still has a hacker problem, but you don't run into any of the issues with, you know, people literally paying to win with shit. You can't buy cosmetics, you can't buy, you know, new weapons and slots or whatever. You literally, You get what you get. Oh, we've got the same fucking thing again. Penal colony and asteroid mine. Alright, let's just go into the asteroid mine then. But before we go into the asteroid mine, let's get a bit of space salvage. Yeah, like I said, I've spent loads of hours playing Marauders. Like, it is one of those games I really enjoy, but it's one of those ones I can also see why people wouldn't like it. Oh shit, he's shooting at me. Oh, incoming craft, right. I'm just going to take evasive action and try and dock. Oh, that's kind of cool too, Ferry. So yeah, you get your like cheap Soviet surplus, and then you get your like Western masks that are actually good. Until we find something better to replace it with, let's take an extra. Oh, don't want to actually throw it on the floor. Let's take that extra Luger as a sort of spare item. Right, the first game, I'm just going to be quite boring and sit here not doing much while the timer runs out, so hopefully most of the players leave the map. I'm going to have a look at what's in the little cargo thing we got. Yeah, so it's like a crafting one. I'll take the industrial paper and the metal scrap. I don't want any of the other bits. But I think this would appeal to people that like the sort of aesthetic of Alien, and you know, like Aliens, you know, that very industrial looking sci-fi sort of thing. Where it's like, you know, not nice, clean, modern spaceships, it's just like dirty, you know, horrible looking, essentially it's what it's called diesel punk, isn't it, that sort of aesthetic. It's, everything's meant to look like it's very industrial and diesel looking. In a moment, I'm going to go back into the pilot seat and rotate the thing to see if the other player's still there. I've got a bit of vibration going on there, I don't know what that is. Is it where I was standing? I don't know. But yeah, at least for the SVT I've got the scope, so if you just want to compare the zooms. So that's your regular iron sight zoom that maybe adds like a 0.25 zoom or something. And obviously the actual scopes you can add are pretty good in terms of adding actual zoom and getting clean headshots. Right, so just give this a moment, then I'll go back into space and see if that other player's fucked off or not. Yeah, exactly, Rajiv. It's very much Aliens, Red Dwarf sort of looking, sort of that sort of thing, you know, where space isn't nice, clean, modern looking spaceships. They're very industrial looking, you know, old sort of submarine looking things. So it's more Das Boot than it is, say, I'm trying to think of a modern sci-fi film, but I haven't watched very many modern sci-fi films. But, you know, it's everything looks like it's an old diesel submarine, basically. Scrap in there. I haven't watched Fifth Element in years, and I really should, because I can remember quite liking that. Oh, there's one of the ships leaving this place. So he's either run in, done a couple of quick things and got out, or decided to leave, a bit like I did. I think we're both sort of dancing around each other at the moment, deciding what we're going to do. And I don't think he knows either. Oh, okay, yeah. Parcel Force is shit, basically, is my experience. Like, D&B themselves are actually very good, but the problem is, because Parcel Force are one of the few UK companies that can deliver stuff like DIAC guns and stuff like that, because they have the right, you know, paperwork for it, you have to rely on a kind of shit company. Like, I wish with D&B, you could actually pay for, like, a DPD delivery, because then it'd be really good. But yeah, with my experience of Parcel Force, it's really hit and miss how quick they are at delivering something. Like, sometimes you'll get it basically next day, and then other times they'll literally sit with it in their, like, sorting warehouse doing nothing. That sounds kind of cool too, Ferry. Like, in this you can't decompress in your suit, but, you know, you still can die from asphyxiating lack of oxygen, because we've got that at the top left. So that's like the game timer for everybody. Because I think it's meant to be in this, like, every individual person has their own little, like, air tank on them. So it's not like the ships and the space stations have an air supply that's currently working. They're running on their own, like, individual air tanks. I love the theme from Red Dwarf, you know, like just dun 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 dun. Even though, you know, like the actual series as a whole isn't meant to be bleak, it's a comedy. But I actually do like the sort of theme as you know, a bit of a sort of counteract to the actual series, that it's just, you know, some really bleak, sort of horrible sci-fi thing. I suppose it is about a bloke trapped alone on a spaceship when everybody's dead, Dave. They're dead, Dave. Now I was just humming it in my head, I realised how similar the Red Dwarf theme is to Das Boot, but yeah. Yeah, they're very much the same tune. Convoy is definitely my favourite track from Das Boot. Right, anyway, we're going to let the oxygen run down a bit lower. I might just run to the toilet as well while we're running that down. There's different versions of it. There's, like, the theatrical cut I wouldn't recommend. There's the director's cut, which is, like, the 3-something-hour one, which is pretty damn good. And then there's the TV series, which is, like, all of the shit they filmed, you know, split into several episodes, which I hear is good, but there's also a lot of padding. So I think the director's cut is the one most people like. Right, back in a second. Alright, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I heard the modern Das Boot is shit, like, if you mean the really modern series. Because I kept hearing people say Das Boot was shit, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Das Boot's great. And then, I realised they meant the modern Das Boot, not the, you know, the old Das Boot, as in the, one from, like, the early 80s or whatever, that, has, was it Jürgen Perschner? What's his name? And he's in Dune as well as, Duke Atreides, the German actor. I think it's something like Jürgen Perschner. But the really good thing about the Blu-ray I've got of Das Boot is it has the original German audio on it, and then it also has the dubbed audio, but on the dubbed audio it's actually the main actor doing his own thing in English. So it actually is quite authentic sounding, you know, and they've done like lots of the, what do you call them, like palances or whatever. So, you know, they're not one-for-one translating it, it's like the actual meaning of what they're saying. You're right, Gasmas, man. Anyway. Right, how long have we got? 12 minutes, yeah. We'll let it run down a bit longer just because I've got good equipment. I know it's boring to watch, but we can at least chat about stuff. Oh, was it? Which one did I dock on? Was it Asteroid Mine or Penal Colony? You might as well go to Penal Colony, because I think the killed personnel counts on either map. Even though the enemies are more dangerous on Penal Colony. Yeah, we're on Asteroid Mine. Fuck it, let's go to Penal Colony. Because then that way I can do 2 objectives if I actually make it out alive. And Penal Colony has a really simple map layout, which I like. It's like a big kind of central tower sort of design, where it is kind of like an outer circle and then an inner circle with multiple floors. I have an interesting experience watching that Gas Mask Man, which I don't know if it's appropriate to speak about on YouTube, but I got a hand job in the cinema while watching that from my then girlfriend. So that's the only thing I can recommend about Marvel movies, because I fucking hate Kate shit, but you know, one of those weird fucking experiences. Yeah, I can't remember it being that bad a film, but I can't remember much about it. I know it's got Karen Gillan in it, hasn't it, or Gillian, however her name's pronounced, a fit Scottish bird, but she doesn't look that fit in it because she's got like loads of blue prosthetics on, whatever it is. If you want to watch a really good old-fashioned cape shit film, you should watch the Tim Burton Batman from 1989. That's an actual good, like, you know, film of that sort of type. I don't think it was bad, and I don't think it was good from what I remember from watching it. Like I said, I can more remember like the sexual stuff going on while I was watching it than the actual film. So, you know, like I say, that's not really appropriate, but there you go. What is on Stan? I don't know what Stan is, that a streaming service? But I mean, Batman 1989, that's a really good Tim Burton one with Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I'm saying that's, if you want to watch a fucking comic book movie, watch that, or like the Flash Gordon film with, you know, what's his name in it? What's in Flash Gordon? Oh, what's his bloody name? The bloke who died a couple of years ago. The Swedish actor. Max von Sydow, that's it. Yeah, I prefer 89 to Returns, but they're both fucking good. Ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight? And the video games are like good at that as well, like all the old like arcade style side-scrolling ones. Alright, we'll go in a moment, because we've got 8 minutes 40 something left, so hopefully that means all the other players have left, but, you know, I've still been sometimes fucking killed by people when there's been like 6 minutes left on this fucking game, and there's been a load of players just roaming around, so who knows, but fuck it, let's go in. Well, hopefully your future won't be as bleak as ours. That sounds very morbid, doesn't it? But, let's go to the fucking POA. So I've got an objective now. But yeah, if you've watched Nolan fucking Batman films, it fucking shits all over them, the 89 Batman. It's got like the really nice scale model sets, all the good practical effects. Jack Nicholson just being like a crazy evil bastard as a Joker. Exactly, Rajiv. I like bits of it, I just don't think it's anywhere near the Tim Burton levels of Batman. Penal Colony Armory for 2 minutes, right, I better get fucking there quick. I already hear footsteps somewhere. One down. Two down. Oh, Mac 10, yes please. I'm just going to sprint for this middle of the map. And that is counting the prisoners as personnel. Oh, motherfucker. Right, where's he going? Where's he going? That's another one down. Very badly wounded from that one. So I double bandage. Come on. I'll also take your Mac 10. Yeah, I see it. Oh. Oh, another one. Don't really have time to stay on this shit now that I've only got 5 minutes left of oxygen. I want another Mac 10. Yeah, let's just take all the Mac 10s. Oh shit, where did that come from? Oh, down there, okay. Right, he's down. Set off the metal detector. There we go, that's the objective for the fucking POA. Right, so here we go, we can use a good gun now. We just need to hold this room for a couple of minutes. Do I have any amphetamines or anything? No, that's annoying. Let's take another chocolate thing to heal to where I can heal. Now I'll read your comments in a minute when I can actually properly read them, because at the moment I'm in that period of the game where every action might be my last, so I'm trying to be very careful at not getting ambushed by anybody. Oh, a supply drop. I want the supply drop. There we go. Right, still another 1 minute on to go. Yeah, I did that for a really old thing, Gas Mask Man, but I don't actually have a video on it, annoyingly, and my friend still has the mask somewhere, but we've never been able to find it since. He thinks it's stored in a garage somewhere in, like a storage box. We did it with the Mark IV. We took the original hose, the asbestos filter off. We soldered on a 40mm GOST port, and then so it could take, 40mm GOST filters. And yes, I know they still have asbestos in, but, whatever. The point was that, it wasn't the really old, scary blue asbestos British filter. Oh, shit. Dump both of them. Oh, did the game fucking close? Oh, good. No, it didn't. I was worried then the game closed. Right, which is the good Luger? Not that one. Okay. Empty ammo. Right, I'm just going to run in here, see if the coin purse has any coins in it, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. Alright, let's go, 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 go. Alright, quick. Get out, get out, get out. Yeah, but like I said, sadly it was a thing we did back when we were in secondary school, and he definitely has it somewhere stored in his parents' house. We just have no idea where it is. Well, we think it's in his garage, but that isn't really helping much. Please tell me that ship there's dead. Yes, there we go. Alright, so we've got a load of Mac 10s. I'll probably keep one of them because I like the Mac 10 in this game. Because I don't really have room for loads of random weapons. Just turn the machete into scrap. And the Luger's into scrap. Right, good condition Macs, let's sell those. I'll buy a machete for $1,000 even damage from it, I'll sell that then. Other Mac to sell and repair. What's in the supply drop? Oh, another Mac 10, okay. Oh, full Sherman rig, I definitely want that. So let's empty and sell all these Mac 10s first. Yeah, but good, I've got room for the Sherman rig. Yeah. keep my flak rig for now. My Sherman rig means I've got one for another game. Sell that rough ammo. Or at least I know it's not worth anything. Well, not worth anything, but you know what I mean, taking up spaces in the inventory system. So you can put a stem sideways down there. There we go. Okay, so I've still got a port token. I've got some 45 ACP ammo, might as well dump. And I'll keep all the ammo loaded out like that. Any medical items I need? That's about 4 food cans then. I've still got my SVT with a load of ammo for it as my primary, which I didn't even use last game. Right, into raid. That's my favourite bread. What do you mean, like white bread, brown bread, or what? Or do you mean like actual pastries, or what? Brand, well, I like Hovis, but again, if you're just cooking grains, essentially like wheat, brands don't really have much to do with it in reality, because you can get a bread maker at home and make homemade bread, which is much nicer. Sourdough's quite nice. I mean, I do like a baguette with, you know, good filling in it, but that's not so much down to the bread of the baguette, it's down to the good filling of a baguette. Yeah, we have a really good local baguette shop, so I just like the baguettes from there in terms of, like, if I was eating something bread-based, you know, buttered, you know, fresh baguette with whatever sort of filling you want, you know, like lamb and mint, sort of the chicken mayo type ones. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You don't really get Hot Pockets in the UK to a big extent. We probably have them under a different name, but, you know, you'd never go into any of the shops and find a Hot Pocket. Is that like a steak bake from Greg's? Rice is also a good source of carbohydrates. Alright, everything is Colony Cruiser. See of Colony Cruiser is it when all the guns get knocked out it stops moving, or is it something else that affects it? Any guns left? No, so I think it just stops moving at a point when it gets into the middle of the map then. Oh, Dutch pancakes are also nice. Stop making me hungry. I'm trying to stream. I mean, I like both waffles and French toast, but I'd say waffles over French toast. Yeah, ice cream and waffles with some maple syrup or something like that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We don't get Vegemite in the UK, but we get Marmite, which is a very similar thing, isn't it? And I like Marmite. Lots of people don't, but I like Marmite. No, it's a SVT 40. So it is a World War II gun, but it's a Russian World War II gun, not a German one. Still remember that Mr. Bean episode where he puts actual twigs in Marmite to make Twiglets. Is that the same episode, Rajiv, where he has the paint bomb that makes a bloke's like shadow on the wall? Right, a Twiglet, Gas Mask Man, is basically like, a bit like crisps, you know, or like, what do Americans call them? Chips. Like chips or crisps sort of thing. But not exactly like that. But they're like a long thing instead of like, you know, a disc sort of thing like a chip would be. And then they're, like Marmite flavoured, or like Vegemite flavoured, you'd say. They're like really hard to explain. The one I can remember the most is the one where he gets his car and he's like got the seat on the roof of it and he's got like all the brooms and shit through the roof of his car. I've not had Twiglets in years, Rajiv, actually saying that. Oh, so is it on the chair then? That actually surprises me, Gas Mask Man. If you don't have anything similar to Twiglets in Australia, that's really weird. Because of the fact that, you know, it's one of those very much, sort of, I think, weird Anglo foods that people outside, like, the sort of, you know, British sort of countries and sort of the old colonies wouldn't, you know, appreciate. Just because it's so fucking weird in what it is. Yeah, Rajiv, so it's one of the episodes I was thinking of, but they've all sort of merged in together, all the Mr. Bean episodes. But what I found really weird is Mr. Bean is rated 15 now on Amazon, if you have a look. Because of the fact there's a couple of episodes they re-rated to give a 15 cert to. So it's actually like an adults comedy thing now. Even though, like, Mr. Bean was something I was, like, shown as a kid and loved as a kid. I don't know, Jason, off the top of my head. All I know, like, with Marmite is, isn't it like a waste product that packs loads of, like, vitamins or something in? Like, isn't it like alcohol yeast or something like that? Like, after you've got, like, beer out of a vat, you make the thing from it, and then it's, like, the really strong, sort of overpowering flavoured thing, which is quite nutritious, that's left that would otherwise be binned. A bit like how whey protein is actually a waste product from, like, making milk, you know, and it's used in fitness goods. And now it's become really expensive, but it used to be like really, really cheap whey curd. The other funny thing about Mr. Bean is it's liked by people in loads of foreign countries because he doesn't actually really speak anything. You can kind of watch it in any language and kind of get what's going on because it's more like a mime show. Favourite fast food? Like out the main chains of fast foods? Because we don't actually get that many brands of fast foods here, in all honesty. Like you get McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, and that's about it for the main brands. Or do you just mean like food that's not good for you? Because if you mean food that's not good for you, I can give you a much better example than that. But if you just mean like fast food in general, as in what I was just saying, fast food, then probably McDonald's, just because they have quite a lot of different burgers. Oh, I prefer Blackadder, but I'm just saying that you wouldn't show Blackadder to a kid, would you? Because if you're on about just, like, horrible fast food in terms of nutritious value, but is really fucking tasty, then Chinese takeaway or Indian takeaway. Because, like, just the other night I had, like, chicken and cashew nut in a yellow bean sauce, a load of rice, and then an extra satay sauce portion to put over it. No, I don't think I've heard of Guzman. Right, anyway, can we stop talking about food? You're making me really fucking hungry. You're making me want to end the stream and go make some food. Oh, cheers, Dylan Roberts. Oh, sorry, Robertson. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'd rather not talk about fast food an entire stream when I've only had a bit of breakfast so far today. Yeah, Rajiv, my local Greggs closed down, so we don't have a Greggs anymore. So if I go to my local, like, town centre, there isn't a Greggs there anymore, so I can't get a steak bake. We still got the really good baguette shop, but we don't have the Greggs, so I can't get a steak bake, you know. So if I just wanted to... Because annoyingly, like, the Greggs would be open, like, longer hours. So if you went there at, like, 4 or 5 PM, you could still get a steak bake. But, like, the baguette shop, I think, completely stops doing all the baguettes at 3. You know, and then, so it's like that annoying thing that if you're in the high street after a certain hour, there's just no food now. I've not done MREs on stream, but I have done MRE videos. But some MREs are really nice. But again, can we stop talking about food, please? I like Australians, and I like Australia as a country, and I like Aussies. Sadly, I've never been there. But again, it's one of those countries in New Zealand and America and Canada I want to go to. Just, you know, money and time is a constraint, unfortunately. Again, I want to get away from food, but my favourite MRE, I think, full stop, I've ever had. Alright, in terms of snack-type MREs, it was the chocolate cookies and cream, like, weird rice bar things. They're really, really tasty. They're like a super high-calorie cereal bar. In terms of actual, like, proper food MREs, like the heat-up MREs, probably, there was a really good one that was something like Indonesian chicken and rice or something like that. So it's kind of a bit like a Chinesey or Indian sort of, you know, chicken and rice sort of food. But, you know, I couldn't really say it was like a tikka masala or anything else, but it was a really nice thing. Of course I've had oatmeal cookies. I've been to Scotland. Scotland's nice. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to go to somewhere like Glasgow, but if you go to Scotland and go to, you know, like some of the more remote, rural places, they're nice. And, you know, like Edinburgh's good as well as like a cultural place. Because what was quite interesting is when I went to Scotland for a few weeks, that was just before the independence referendum. So everybody you talk to would either be talking about how much they loved England and loved, like, the Queen and that, or how much they wanted to be separate from us, like, fuck you English and all that. So it's quite a weird experience. But I still liked it as a country. Well, I don't really want to get into politics, but if there's a country that's basically saying, as a consensual adult, you can't be gay, fuck them, you know. Like I said, it's, like, personally, what consenting adults do between themselves, I do not give a shit about. And most of the countries that have all like the anti-gay laws are ones that have like the worst like man-on-man rape like statistics in the world, you know, and all that sort of shit. It's like, look at fucking Russia, where they go on about being such a, oh, we're such a Christian straight nation, and then they have all this fucking like sodomy going on non-stop. It's like, yeah, no, you're not. Just let fucking adults be consensual, you know. Right, should we stop talking about politics? But yeah, that's my opinion, is that basically, if you're one of those cunts that puts all your opinions on other people, you're a cunt. There we go. That's a simple way of putting it. 2 people at once said gamer words. I don't even know what the gamer word was, I said. Russia will continue to carry on fucking up, like lots more innocent people will die, but eventually Russia's going to lose just because of all the sanctions against it. And the fact that, you know, Ukraine is just obviously a lot more intelligent than, you know, Putin's sort of retard force in the Kremlin. Alright, we'll go in a minute, shall we? We have 11 minutes left, because this is literally, while I've been sitting in this air dock, just waiting for the other players to fuck off, this stream chat has turned into food talk when we said we're hungry, and then all about, like, homosexual rights and countries that oppress gay people. It's been a very strange chat, hasn't it? It's all colony cruiser, isn't this map? So, right, so bridge navigation data, that's very easy, I know where that is. Colony cruiser bridge is just when we have to stand in place for a minute. Colony cruiser armory, that's easy. So I'll give it another minute, just because this is a map where players stick around on a bit longer. Because it's a new map, so people don't know the layout very well. I don't know what Insurgency Vietnam is, but I've played Insurgency Sandstorm and the original Insurgency and like both of those. I don't have them installed at the moment. Oh, and thank you very much, Gas Mask Man. Just like thank you to, who was it that donated? Dylan Robertson. Before. I appreciate that. For some reason, weirdly, Marauders at the moment has had more donations on it than like any of my other streams for like the past several months. Even if it's only people giving you like $1 or $2, it's still, you know, I appreciate that, because it still does help me out. Right, let's go in. Let me just have a swig of water, then we'll go in and see if we die instantly and I get pissed off. But this will probably be the last game of the stream anyway. Just because he's going a while and we've had a bit of a spicy conversation, shall we say. Oh dear, I already hear footsteps. Right, the armory's over here, isn't it? Sort of like the opposite direction of this bit. problem being here is... because I'm near the pod bay, that's actually where the enemies want to get at. I hope that's not a player running about. Is that a fucking radio backpack on the ground there? I'll have a look in a second. I just want to check and get shot in the back the second I go to have a look at it. Oh, motherfucker. Well, at least I got him. The M45K, thank you very much. And I have... what was that? It was a dead player. Right, yeah, so there's a player that got killed by the box. I will take all your shit. Okay. Fold your radio backpack. Why doesn't it let me fold it? Never mind. Well, ignore your radio backpack for now then. Right, let's do the armory thing while I'm here. It's just down here. There we go. Right, and the other objectives are on the bridge. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, and another one. Great. Oh good, that was a dead medic. So they have first aid kits on him. Yes. Good. Let's just try and get that bridge objective done and then get the hell out of here. There's the bridge navigation data around here somewhere, or is that another area? Oh, dead guy with a nice backpack. Oh, it's another player. Oh, and he's got painkillers on it. Thank you. I will take your aspirins. And my inventory's bugged, I see. Yeah, my inventory's bugged. Great. Vault Boy, yes, it is an extraction shooter. So if you like games like Tarkov, you'd like this, basically. Right, good, that's that one. Oh, it's here, isn't it, I think, the Daytro one. Just check if there's anything worth getting in the vault. Another dead player. So a lot of players died fighting the bots by the look of it. Oh, let's swap that for the Panzer rig. And then just everything that I've got left in there I don't care about. Oh shit, there's all the, oh, and then they were changing this stuff over, okay. Right, let's get out of here. So it looks like in this game, because I came in late, all of the players got killed by the bots, weirdly enough. No time to lose. Come on, come on, come on. Get the fuck out of here. The gun I'm using at the moment is the Swedish M45, also known as the, was it the Smith & Wesson M76 in US service, I think? It was a gun the US used briefly during Vietnam, but it's originally from Sweden. Yeah, Swedish K is another name for it, but yeah, the M45 is its proper name, isn't it? Carl Gustav M45. Right, there we go. We somehow survived all that. So I'll keep the M45 if I've got room for it in one of my guns containers. Probably don't, so okay, let's sell this in a second. Make room for it. Right, I'll sell my Liberator. Am I out of SVT ammo completely? And I can always reload it, but still. See if we can find some way in hell of unloading that MG42 to sell it. Not quite. Let's do that, can't we? So that's everything sold. Oh no, it's not everything sold. Right, anyway, I'll call that a day for this for now. But yeah, I actually managed to have a couple of games where I didn't die, so that made a surprise on this. Anyway, have a good day, everybody. I probably won't be online now till Monday because obviously I've got work and all that for 3 days straight. So hope you all have a good weekend and that and enjoy it. And it's the coronation on Saturday for us in the UK, and I think lots of foreign people are watching that as well. But I'll probably have it on the radio while I'm at work because it'll be a bit different from everything else. Yeah, so, yeah, cheers everybody, have a good day, and thank you to anybody that donated as well.